When the lights are the brightest and all eyes are on you, can you live up to the pressure? So what are you waiting for? Time to take center stage. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Joe Vegas, and I am here with Andrew Cole, better known as Versuh, a Season 4 prospect for the NBA 2K League. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Can't complain, just living the dream. No, I'm excited to actually get to know you. I know that you've made the pool before, and I would love to get to know what's going on inside your mind and why you want to make the NBA 2K League.
As of right now, everybody knows my story. I would feel as though everybody knows my story. I feel like I have a lot to offer as a prospect and as an individual. I've been around the community for a fair amount of time, longer than pretty much almost everybody. Back to the GFG and original Space Jam days with the Season 1 prospects. Growing in this community, I've come to become accustomed to a lot of players, a lot of individuals that I could sit back and actually call my family now. So outside of that, I definitely want to, get into different communities and get into younger age groups and the guys or girls that are pursuing the IT field or just aspire to be a professional gamer, even if isn't in the realms of the 2K League. So growing our fan base, being able to get into different communities and different crowds and catch different eyes so that way we'll be able to, grow as people or give other people opportunities to, make this a universal thing. Because I feel like at this point in time, we've made the necessary steps to grow bigger each and every year. But it takes us as players. Granted, I'm, not a part of an organization yet, but it takes us as players to take initiative to, go out of our way to do the extra things, the small things that may matter. And I feel like I'm not going to give out those tidbits and secrets yet, but I feel like those things matter. Those little things matter, and I feel like I can offer that to an organization and to a community to wherever I place that. So that way we can get this ball rolling and, the sky's the limit.
All right, fantastic. And I really love that response. You're right. It does take the village, and we all have to definitely do our part. So, you play 2K. You said you've been in the community for a while. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself outside of 2K?
Outside of 2K, don't know if you can see this, but I currently work with Frontier Airlines. I work with Southwest as well. So I'm a customer service agent. So I deal with different personalities day in and day out. Mad, angry, crazy, spontaneous, all sorts of different people. So understanding different mindsets, different personalities, people that are going through trials and tribulations for themselves. Everybody has their story and whatnot. I'm able to navigate and treat people accordingly or help people accordingly. Outside of that, I've coached Little League football, Little League basketball. I'm a prior athlete. I played basketball. And as of right now, outside of work, I work within my community, speaking with the youth that are less fortunate, giving them a safe haven almost to, learn about real life skills, learn about things that they want to do in life. How could they go about obtaining it? And, just decompress, get away from their problems, get away from things that are bothering them at home. So that way they can know that I do matter, know that they do have people that are supporting them regardless of the situation that they are in, and knowing that there are other opportunities or different ways that you could escape your current situation. And outside of that, of course, everybody knows I'm a huge gamer. I'm big on fitness, big on basketball. IQ is on another level. And that's pretty much it. I'm all for overall health and growth and awareness. So that's me outside of the gaming world.
No, that's fantastic. Honestly, you can definitely tell time management is something that you've been really working on because, to be able to accomplish all of those tasks outside of the game and still be able to put in the countless hours that I see you, putting in, it's very impressive. So, big kudos to you. Now, there's one question that of course, I have a couple questions, but one that I'm really interested to see your, response to. how would you describe yourself as a teammate? And you know, what's your play style?
My play style, I don't. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna answer the first question. Describing myself as a teammate, I feel like I'm an on and off the court leader. Because winning is far more than just performing on the court, skill wise. It's about communication. It's about knowing your personnel, about knowing their tendencies, knowing what they're comfortable with, knowing their spots, knowing what they're looking for, how where they are on offense and defense. And you get to know a lot of those intangibles about your teammates by paying attention to the things that they do on a day-to-day basis. You can't treat player A just like you treat player B. And some players, for me, I come from a sports background. So I'm used to harsh, strong verbal environments, and I'm able to adapt to that. But I've also been coached in environments to where it's let me lead you, teach you, and see if you can do that. I'm not going to be on your back about it. And you have to find a balance between those two worlds. And I feel like I can offer that. Not only that, but I also know what it's like to, I'm one of the older guys in the community. So I know what it's like to be away from your family. I know what it's like to feel like you're alone. I know what it's like to repetitively, day in and day out, have to deal with waking up, work, sleep. Due to this COVID situation, we don't know what the world is capable of going forward. So you need that. I feel like you need that median. You need that person that is going to keep everyone grounded. And I feel like I can offer that in a multitude of ways. A lot of people look at me and they feel as if though I'm a person that they could just speak to about their problems, about real life, how they could go about improving their game, what they could change. And I feel like that all ties into my identity as a person. As far as like my skill set and what I can and can't do on and off the court, I feel like a great player comparison as far as playing shooting guard is Bradley Beal, picking and choosing my spots, also knowing and understanding when my point guard is comfortable, so that way I can allow them to play their game, allow them to get into their spots, allow them to figure out the rotations of the opposing defender's team, knowing what spots they're going to get to, knowing what shots they're going to give up. And just filling out the game and being able to give us 100% of what he's able and capable of doing on the court, which is why I have the name Versuh, which is short for versatile. I also play lockdown, so knowing that I could offer my guard IQ on the defensive end, knowing where the rotations are going to come from, knowing how plays are ran, knowing the focal points of each team. I can't go into a game and treat Snubby the way I treat Fab. I can't go into a game treating Reg the way that I treat Vandy. I know Reg is able to make certain passes that Vandy will look past. I got to know if I come into a game as a lockdown and I'm guarding Kai, I got to anticipate very fast pass backs. I got to let my teammates know that if the ball leaves his hand, there's a good chance that it will come back and he will make a secondary pass to that same player because of tendencies. And once you are able to study the game to that magnitude, you'll start to see why those cornerstone players like Idris stands out or Kobe Yusuf stands out, because they take the time to understand not only their teammates, but the opposing team's players and tendencies and what they look for in the focal points of their games. And I feel like I can offer that on a large scale to any organization that gives me the chance.
No, and honestly, I really did love that response. Just the fact that you do take all of that effort into scouting your opponent and just learning the little tendencies, it really can make a difference on that next level. And the fact that you've already started these habits, I'm sure that a team would love to bring somebody like you into the fold and, have them, bring these habits into their team and their organization. So, moving on. So you made the draft process, the pool, I believe, season 2, correct?
No, I actually didn't. I didn't play the game as much as I could due to family issues for season 2. I believe, I don't quite remember the exact number for season 1, but I didn't make the final cut of the final 102 because everybody got drafted in the final 102. I took a break away from for season 2 because of family issues and stuff like that. I was unable to put my full effort into the game, which a lot of my friends and peers were disappointed about that. But things happen in life, and I feel like that's what sets me apart from a lot of other guys because when you're in tough situations, and it's not to, I'm not belittling anyone, but when you're in tough situations, you have to know how to adapt. You have to know that at the end of the day, you're either going to go through it or go forward, or you're going to let it conquer you. And I feel like due to the things that I've been through and the amount of times that I've tried and failed or fell short, I've been able to come back stronger each time, regardless of whatever I'm pursuing. So, and then season 3 came along. I made the final draft pool. Unfortunately, I didn't go drafted. I believe I had around 13 interviews. I think I had like 13 interviews. And what's crazy is I wasn't planning on going to the draft, honestly. I really wasn't until, my parents told me, well, you had 13 interviews and you're very well spoken. You're a very good player. You have to embrace the moment, which was kind of like bittersweet because I ended up going. I didn't get drafted. And then it was just like, no. But I did enjoy myself. I love networking with people. I've met a lot of people that I didn't expect to meet in life. I've met a lot of players and coaches that I've been, looking forward to meeting. And being able to be around them and see people that were drafted and see their lives change was nothing but inspirational to me. So it pretty much just put a chip on my shoulder. So now I'm here, ready to establish myself, ready to take the next step forward and, achieve my dreams, like I said before.
No, that's fantastic. And, hopefully this time around, it will be different. So, we'll keep our fingers crossed on that one. So, yeah, exactly. Of course. So, with each team, there are only 6 spots.
Right.
So, not everybody can be starters. There are going to be, 23 players that will not be starters, but they'll still have to contribute to a team as a 6 man or 6 person. Would you be willing to take on a 6 man role or a bench role for an organization?
Of course. Of course. For the fact that I've been around so long and I know these players in and out, of course, each player improves or adds new things to the game each year. Some, being honest, most don't. So I have the luxury of knowing how players play, what they look for, the type of game that they like, what gets them uncomfortable, their comfort spots, what spots they like to get to on the court, their defensive schemes, what rotations they will make, what player won't rotate, which player will. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I could look at myself being just that person in each of my teammates' ears, like, hey, this is what you're looking for your matchup. If he doesn't do this, he's going to do that. If he goes hard right, he's throwing the slip 9 times out of 10. He's not looking for a shot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like me being able to keep everyone level-headed on and off the court, in and out of the arena, being that team-oriented person, my personality, being able to, make them comfortable, I feel like that alone, sets me apart. The maturity level sets me apart because, as I said, I'm one of the older guys. As we know, it's been a lot of, like, different conflict in and out of the league, sources being leaked and information being leaked. I'm all about in-house. Whatever problems we have, we sort that out as a team. Whatever things that need to change, we change that as a team. So that way we're not adding, fuel to the fire because at the end of the day, we're professionals. So we have to carry ourselves professionally.
No, I definitely agree. And I love that response. A few more questions before we do wrap it up. What do you feel is the most important characteristic in order to be successful in the 2K League?
Composure. Because at the end of the day, this is a luxury to wake up and play a game professionally. The world that we live in right now, there are people that are jobless, that have no source of income, and people that are waking up with day-to-day problems. Not saying that we don't or players in the league don't, but this is a luxury to, fly out, travel to another city that you may have not been to before, wake up and play the game competitively, something that you love to do. A lot of people in this world are doing are working jobs that they don't love to do. So I feel like within that, you have to be appreciative and be well grounded with everything that is going on and understanding circumstances. Because, as we know before, it's been a lot of players that may have went to a city or a team that they weren't aiming to go to. And, may have ruffled some feathers or whatnot, or however they may, feel about the situation. But you still have to have composure and carry yourself out as a professional, because that's what you're hired to do, be a professional gamer. As easy as that sounds, it's not. Being away from family, waking up, having to train, having to practice, being around people that you don't know, being around personnel that you may not see eye to eye with. You get what I mean? Because it's natural. Just being completely transparent here, that's natural. And that's how you get to know each other. That's how you get to know other people. That's how you get to grow as a person. So I feel like you being able to compose yourself, and that's just off the court. Being able to compose yourself on the court in the toughest situations, fighting back, being down in a series 0-1, 0-2, of course, regarding the format of what the league is ran by, or being down 20 points or 15 points going into the second half. Composure will either make or break you. And when you're on the plus side of that, which a great example was the Raptors, plenty of games they went into the second half, not plenty, of course, but a fair amount of games that they went into the second half being down a fair amount of points, sometimes 7, sometimes 10, sometimes 15. And those third quarter turnarounds, that takes a lot of composure. And that's what set them apart this season, regardless of them falling short of ultimately of a championship. It brought them a lot of success. And that's what I feel like is the most important thing as a player in the 2K League, especially as a growing player or a growing individual in the 2K League.
All right, that's honestly another great answer. So, thanks again for taking time out of your day to meet with me, Versa. I
Most
hope
definitely.
that, this interview, as it's going to be out there on all platforms, some coaches will get the chance to see this, and maybe we can get it up to maybe like, 14, 15 plus interviews this time around. And
Need that.
hopefully the ultimate goal, help get you drafted, and we can see you either on the stage or remotely representing an organization in season 4 of the NBA 2K League.
Most
So,
definitely.
you know, I'll catch you later, and thanks again. Peace.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate the opportunity. Have a
Of
nice one.
course. You as well. So what are you waiting for? Time to take center stage.